Hello, lacrosse friends, and welcome to the 2025 Women's Major Series Lacrosse Provincial Championships. It is semifinal action about to get underway. We have the Mimico Mountaineers and the Whitby Rush playing in this game. I'm Stephen Stamp, joined by Jim Lowe. And Jim, honestly, I've been talking to all the coaches and gyms, and our agreement is throw a blanket over the top four teams, and anybody could win this thing.
Couldn't agree more. At the start of the season, both of these teams looked like strong favorites. They haven't disappointed, but there are two others in the mix.
Here's a chance right off the bat for Mimico. That one goes just a little bit wide of Julia DeRock between the pipes for Whitby. And for Mimico, that was going to be a game time decision who's between the pipes. It will be Zoe Fex, but they have Davina Gillis as well, and they're pretty confident in both of those. But most of the other teams in these semis are more one-goalie teams, or at least an established starter.
So hard.
Yeah, Aaron Bakes takes this ball, passes it out front. That doesn't connect. That's a good defensive play because Aaron Bakes, coming up from the U.S., she was the second leading scorer in the Women's World Championship, Box Championship last year, playing for the U.S. as they won the gold medal. The leading scorer, Erica Evans from Canada, who's playing for Mimico. Here's a chance for Whitby, and a goal, the first of the game, scored there. That's a big rip taken by Mackenzie Clemens. And here, Jim, we're going to take another peek at it.
So ball comes out up to the top, and quick little snipe there, and this is exactly the start that the Rush wanted, Stephen.
And Whitby won Pool A in this tournament. It's first versus second of Pool A versus Pool B and vice versa. And I'll tell you, they couldn't have been much closer. Whitby beat Peterborough 5-4 in their pool play. Here's a great chance for Evans. Ties it up, and that will happen regularly. Erica Evans is deadly. And let's take a look at this one, Jim.
We're coming quick off the draw here, and watch for Evans. Picks it up down the floor, and when you're a legend like that, you don't make many mistakes. She buries it to put her team right back in this.
And we think of Erica Evans as this big scoring star, because she is, but she's also, you saw the work. I mean, she's out there right now on the faceoff. That's her on the right, number 11, and she was working. The reason they got that ball is because she and her teammates on the ball team were out there working and digging. She will do whatever it takes, as will the rest of this Mimico club.
Georgia Whalen with the ball now.
And she'll pass it across to the near side to Brenna Shanahan, playing mostly a D tranny role, but she can stay up front. A lot of versatility on both of these rosters. And here's Aaron Bakes thinking about a first shot of the day for her. She's going to hand it off instead to Ryan Bionda. Bionda shot. There's the first save, forced by Julia DeRock. Mimico with the reset. Fresh drive through. That's off the helmet of a defender. Pinged right off of Avery Morgan Huff. Back out. Bakes rips one that's wide. She's going to get it back, though, with lots of time left. Good defensive work by Haley Hutchcraft. Here's a drive through the middle and a shot. That's saved.
Excellent save. A lot of great pressure there from Mimico, but not able to get the shots they wanted. You know, we've talked a lot about Erica Evans, but leading scorer in Provincials this year is Katie DeSnew, and what a weapon she has been. Oh!
And here's another goal. A pass from Katie DeSnew this time. We're used to seeing her bury. We're going to take another peek at how this one develops.
Just keep an eye on DeSnew, and she's going to make a sweet pass to Williams. And when you've got a scorer like Williams on your team, you get the ball to them.
Yeah, Delana Williams is just dynamite, another member of Canada's team from the World Championships. And if you're wondering why they were backing off on Katie DeSnew, but watching her so carefully, it's because her big move is to go a little toe drag sidearm, go down and drive through, the high toe drag, come down and get that sidearm shot, and she can do it in a heartbeat. She's devastating with it, so you have to respect that. And the defender on Williams is probably paying attention to the slide needed. Big battle off the faceoff, and Evans comes up with it again. She's going to look to get her second of the game, or set someone up, as she will do plenty. She's also a member of Canada's sixes team that just got a silver at the World Games.
Beautiful move.
Great little spin underneath. It looks like she's a little banged up.
Yeah, these Whitby defenders are going to make Mimico pay a price anytime they want to get near the top of the crease.
Desnu is out there, one of the alternate captains. She is playing defense on this shift. Kotbach doesn't play a lot of defense, but she is one of the biggest, strongest girls around. But a great drive there to break through the middle. That was Jill Fennick. Here's a pass to Evans. And they're going to call a loose ball push and a fresh 30 for Mimico. And that's probably a good call. I don't think Mimico likes having Katie Desnu out there on defense for Whitby. She is banging some bodies.
She doesn't back down, does she?
No. Her brother and her whole family up in the stands to our right. Saw them there. Nice pickoff. Thinking about taking off was Carly Wilson. But Mimico, good job on the forecheck pressure. And Desnu's going to have to make a long pass to get it up into the offensive zone to Mia Mechtel. Mechtel taking the pass now. We'll go back to Brittany Colangelo, who's been an absolute star this year. Almost gets her first one, but Vex just gets enough.
Vex is a very acrobatic goalie. You're going to see her drop down a lot. But boy, can she get back up quickly. Mimico presses forward. Again, there's that solid Whitby D, Stephen.
Oh! Great drive by Erin Bakes. But Julia DeRock, whose goals against average is around 2 or 3 for the season. I mean, it's rare that she gives up many goals.
Even less in provincials. I think she's about 1.5 for this tournament.
It's because the one thing, the Peterborough game for Whitby, here's a chance on the drive. Big save by Vex, turning aside Olivia Bladen, the 17-year-old. Hard rip from Desnu. By the way, if you're a D1 U.S. college coach and you're looking for somebody really good, Olivia Bladen's available. Here's Brooklyn Walker-Welch. She's done her career at North Carolina, one of the all-time greats there, and I think one of the best D-transition players in box lacrosse for women.
I have to agree with you.
But yeah, look up Olivia Bladen, folks. Reach out to her. If she doesn't have a D1 offer by the end of this weekend, something's wrong. Here's Evans as they slow things down. We've got about 8:20 to go here, as you can see, in the first period. It's 3 15-minute running time periods. Stop time for the final 3 minutes of the last period, right? You've been watching all the games. I've been kind of in and out.
That is correct.
Everything set up. Yeah. I've been kind of popping from game to game, seeing bits and pieces. As on the run now is Maggie Cuddy. And Ryan Schutzkowski couldn't have had higher praise for her. Filling in for Jordan Dean, who is off. She just got a job coaching at Army. University, whatever Army is, the Army Academy, and the Military Academy, I guess it would be. And she is one of the best transition players. Here's a great chance right on top. Bakes turned aside. What a save. Julia DeRock. Yeah, Jordan Dean would be one to be running the ball ahead. And here's Maggie Cuddy with it again. Great job passing it up. But so Jordan Dean not available because she had to go down and start her coaching career. Schutzkowski was saying, really happy for her, but man, we'd like to have her here. Because if Brooklyn Walker-Welch isn't the best D-training player in the world, it's Jordan Dean. Here's Katie Desnu fighting her way through, and you can see the attention she draws. Late in the shot clock, she'll try and get one off.
All that pressure, and she still didn't cough up the ball. I mean, what do you do to get the ball out of her stick?
Wait for the 30 to expire?
Well, that's what Mimico did.
There you go. Can I see the sample with Jim Lowe? Thank you. Guys, just keep her out by the restraining line. Eventually the 30 will expire. Here's a chance. Another save. Julie DeRock is dialed in, turning aside Delana Williams.
I think Mimico's been the stronger team in the early going here, but DeRock has been incredible.
I'm sorry, that was Daisha Cordingley taking that shot. Delana Williams is on the other side. We're in the 51, not the 15. Nice save by Vex. And Daisha Cordingley was on the Canadian team for the Worlds, and I was talking to Troy Cordingley, who is a chance. We're going to get back to that in a second. Here's the chance. No, they're slowing down. She was on the cusp. She was in the mix. Her dad Troy was the coach for that team, and he said, "I don't know if she's ready." Here's Bakes with a big goal. What a shot by Erin Bakes. Great passing, great offense.
So take a look at this. Barry's Georgia Whalen sets up the play. Moves it down low, and just a perfect shot. And you want to talk about great 17-year-olds. Number 17 on Mimico, Georgia Whalen, one of the best 2008s on the entire planet.
Yeah, unbelievable how good these athletes are. And getting a chance to play box lacrosse at a high level is awesome to see them, because you can see what they can do. But as I say, Troy Cornelius said, I don't know if she's ready at tryouts. He's like, she's going to have to fight. Is she, can she do it at this level? Can she do it consistently? Because she's just a kid too. And then she took it out of his hands for sure. The rest of the coaching staff was telling him, yeah, she's going to be on this team. We need her, and she was dynamite for Canada. Here's another chance. That's Evans off the post. And we were talking about, how do you stop Katie DeSnew? How do you stop Erica Evans? Because she's just as skilled, but so much quicker and more, like, she's unbelievable. There's a great chance out front for Mechtel, or for that. It was Georgia Whalen. Here's a pass ahead. They don't quite connect with Maya Price, and it's going to be scooped by Walker Welch.
Yeah, accordingly, if I don't think she had any doubters other than maybe herself or her dad, and she would have proven those few wrong, because she delivered.
I'll tell you though, I watched those the tryout games. Here's a pass. Evans stopped again. Huge save to Rock. Evans gets it back, but it pops loose, and that's going to be Whitby possession. But yeah, I watched all those games. They had scrimmages with Haudenosaunee and Ireland, and there were a bunch of other righties that could have filled those slots. I mean, Canada's wealth of talent. They had 260 women try out for the team for Worlds last year. Oh, wide open. Goals. How do you get that open? And then the pass out front. Oh, and Williams is flattened as she takes that shot, but she's going to battle to try and get it back. Mimico comes away with the ball. That was a breakdown that we're not used to seeing from Mimico's D.
Mimico's so well coached, you don't typically see errors like that, but Whitby unable to capitalize on it.
And I love the play to get that pass. Realize you're on your wrong side, but you've got Delana Williams coming across and make one more. Now Mimico with the possibility here. They're into the final 8 of the shot clock. Whalen pulls back, rips one. Swallowed up by Duroc, who's not just making the saves, she's managing the rebounds very effectively.
And that's going to be a key in this game, with Mimico being so strong on the loose ball. She can't afford to give up those rebounds.
The one thing, seeing like most of these goalies are using the wall sticks, I'd like to.
Georgia Whalen, great turnover.
That's a big hit. Whalen is flattened by Sam Lapine. It's going to be a turnover.
Tremendous work by Whalen. She's one of 5 Barrie U22s who have played in this tournament this weekend, Stephen.
Wow. Evans down to Bakes. They're paying close attention to her. Boy, this Whitby defense really moving, really shifting to stay with the active Mimico offense. How is that not an illegal pick?
Yeah.
I was just about to say illegal pick, but not called, but luckily for them. Julia Duroc comes to the rescue. Now Bakes tries the toe drag. Great slide defense there. Nice job from Mechtel coming across.
Bakes got that great combination of speed and power.
Yeah.
Oh. That may have been a bit high.
May have been. The other thing Bakes has, and there's a penalty, a slashing call, which is a bit of a frustration play by Bakes, but I think the refereeing's been pretty good for the most part through the weekend. But
I think
there's some others that
exceptional this week.
I think it's been good, but there are some other calls that I might have made before that one.
It's always the retaliation that gets you, though, Stamper. Look at this.
Yes, what a save! Really lovely pass to spring Carly Wilson, but Zoe Fex.
Fex is just such a fun goalie to watch, and it's tough for teams to prepare against Mimico because their 2 goalies have such different styles.
True.
It's it really, like, until you see who they decide to dress, you can't set your strategy.
And that was one thing I did talk to Brad Hutchcraft to say, hey, what's the, do you know who you're starting? And it was a while before the game, and he said, yeah, that'll be Frank deciding. At the last minute, at game time, and they may have already decided and just didn't want to tell us. But that's exactly why, right?
Well, I wouldn't tell you if I was in Frank's shoes. So.
Right?
Oh, what a save!
Effects. That was beautiful. Doing her best Zach Higgins impression to throw that offside foot out and make that save. They hit the pass down low. That may have been tipped by one of the defenders. Mimico with the active sticks in the lane. And we're down to the final minute of this first period. What a dandy. There'll be a 3-minute break in between, and at that point we're going to set up exactly how these teams got here to this position. Walker Welch fighting through the checks. There's another one. How do you get it away from her? I mean, and a penalty coming now. I think that's Kendra Orr's going to go.
Fantastic work by Walker Welch, though, to draw that and to take some time off of the Mimico penalty.
Just indomitable. You see the left leg sleeve, and she actually blew her knee out in the first tryout camp early on for Canada. It was at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center, and it was just devastating for everyone. And I was talking to people there, and the one thing was every player, every coach, everyone was like, well, she's part of the team. I mean, it doesn't matter. If she's ready to go next year in Utica, she's part of the team. She did, miss a season with North Carolina, but she was ready to go, and then she's dynamite.
She's one of those special players you keep a spot for.
Yes. 4-on-4. Evans grabs that one. Gets a shot off right at the buzzer. Turned aside. Julia DeRock is tested.
Evans' hand-eye is off the charts.
Unbelievable.
2 pickups she had no business getting.
We are going to have a bit of a chat about how these teams got here. And basically the top, there are 10 teams in the league, 5 in each pool here at Provincials. And all the records for the summer are kind of thrown out, except for the seeding. You go a snaking, 1 in Pool A, 2 and 3 in B, 4, 5, back and forth. And in the pool play, it did come down to these 4 teams that we're going to see in the semis, Arthur and Peterborough in the second semi. They were clearly the cream of the crop. Some very good teams, but they're the 4. And Whitby and Peterborough, Whitby gets up 3-0. Peterborough takes a timeout. Peterborough scores 3 goals, which, again, is above the per-game average for Julia DeRock, and they scored them in a handful of minutes. Whitby takes a timeout. Peterborough actually goes up 4-3. Whitby gets one back, and then a defensive breakdown for Peterborough, uncharacteristic, that left Katie DeSnoo wide open. I talked about it with Bobby Keese, the Peterborough defensive coach, and he just grimaced when I mentioned. He's like, "Yep, that was definitely not what we wanted." But
every coach has had those moments.
Yeah, and Whitby holds on 5-4 to finish first in their pool.
Yeah, and Peterborough, they came out of nowhere as an expansion team last year, and won the B championships. This year, they have made it very clear that they are a top team, and with the home ground advantage that they're going to have in their semifinal against Arthur, I would absolutely not bet against Peterborough getting through to the finals.
Yeah, every coach I talked to said it's going to come down to one break, one mistake, or one break, or one great play by someone. And that's how these things are going to be decided.
And really, that's what it came down to with Mimico finishing second. Their game against Arthur came down to a single goal.
There you go. So in the other pool, the Mimico-Arthur game came down to decide. It was the last game of the day yesterday over the Healthy Planet. And the winner of that would be first in the pool. The loser would be second. And if it was a tie, Mimico was going to be first. It was tied 2-2 late in the game. And with a very late, Mimico had the ball, and they took a timeout, and they pulled their goaltender and went for it. And people were saying, like, why are they doing that? They would have had first. And I talked to the coaches. They said, to me, it's like, they said, what difference does it make? We're going to try and win. One of the coaches had a line, nobody makes moves about ties. So, and they were like, we're going to try and win this game. If we lose, it doesn't really hurt us. We know we're either playing Whitby or Peterborough, but they're both really good.
Well, and that's the philosophy that drives this Mimico team. It's not always popular with the other teams, but it is all about winning. It is all about pushing their organization to the next level. And you see it with the players that they trade for, that they sign in, the affiliations they make. It is all about getting to the next level. And we'll see whether they can pull it off this year. Yeah, I love the point that they made was, hey, winning this game does more for us than losing the game hurts us. And the other thing was, I said, how often do you get to practice your 6-on-5? And they said, never. When do we ever? Mimico wins most of their games by quite a bit, right? They're one of the top teams. Like, they don't have many chances to run a 6-on-5. Go run it. And they gave up a goal. They said, hey, if that pass isn't tipped
isn't knocked away. It gets through to Erin Bakes. She's running down Main Street, and that's a pretty good situation. So anyway, what happened was, after all that, Haley gets the ball, thrown up to Haley Price. She scores in the empty net, and it's 3-2. Arthur wins. They get first. They'll play Peterborough in the semis right after this. But honestly, any four of these teams could do it. And now it's interesting here. I saw this yesterday. Kendra Orr is coming back to the penalty box. Erin Bakes will return because she's got, I think, a little bit of time left on her penalty. But for the most cases, you're not supposed to go to your bench with your team if you're serving a penalty in the intermission there. I mean, a long intermission you do, but like a timeout or things, you don't get to go. Maybe it's because with these, again, 3:15s running time, the intermission here is the equivalent of the longer break in full-length games like they played at the Women's Worlds and the Men's Major Series.
It really is. And, even if this is coming down to referee discretion, I support it 100% because, this is the best women's box lacrosse league on the planet. Yeah. And this is the championships. You don't need someone sitting alone in shame in the penalty box when they're strategizing and things like that to be done.
I would love to see at some point. This is growing gradually. There's lots of steps to be taken in the women's game because they haven't had the opportunities that the men have had. But I would love to see a Canadian championship because you say, top box lacrosse league for women on the planet. I agree. I think it is. But there are some awfully good teams in British Columbia. Alberta's coming across the nation.
And that has been a topic of conversation throughout this weekend.
Here's a chance for Whitby, but again, Erica Evans, the two-way worker. And we'll get back to that one. This was a great chance there for Maggie Cuddy once again. What a role she has stepped up into. Here's Evans. We're 4-on-4.
I wish we had a tracker on Erica Evans' minutes. It seems like she's played the entire game.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not sure we've seen her go to the bench. Actually, I do remember seeing her go once. There's another save by Julia DeRock.
DeRock is so good.
And Evans is coming to the bench now, for the record. Julia DeRock's so steady. Actually sat beside her parents on the way home from the 2018 World Field Championships that were in Israel. Their son Sean was playing for Scotland. And it's so cool seeing the family support that all of these players get. And there's Katie DeSnoo dropping the ball, getting it back. She's driving to the net. That's a good shot for her, but great save. Zoe Fex is dialed in. The games do tend to be lower scoring, of course, than you see in the full 60-minute games because you're basically playing about, 40%, I would say, of the running time, right, that you would in a stop time 60-minute game. So the scores will be lower, but boy, these goalies are sharp. Every team has at least one among these top four who is a nightmare to try and score on. Evans. To Bakes, great save. There's DeRock showing that side-to-side movement. It is a power play now for Mimico after Bakes was released from her penalty, and they're going to call, is that an illegal pick?
Okay. That's what it was. Yeah. It's a good break for Whitby. You're not going to see a lot of mistakes from the Mimico offense like that. Oh, wow.
They play a physical game.
Well, especially Brooklyn Walker-Welch.
Oh, my goodness. She just flattens people. She's one of the bigger hitters around. There's another one coming. And clean. I mean, she's not a dirty player by any stretch. That one's a little wide, and Walker-Welch is taken off. I love that play by Walker-Welch to see that there's going to be a shot. Whitby's already cleared out, going back to play defense, so she's breaking up the floor in case there's a transition opportunity. I got to give a shout out to Bina Garrow, now playing with Hamilton, had been Grand River. There's another save on a shot from Evans, but she just flattens people. Played for the Haudenosaunee Nationals at the Euros, at the Worlds, and she sends people all over the floor. Again, clean player, but
there's another great turnover caused by Mimico.
The forecheck pressure is outstanding. And here is Erica Evans handing it off. Whalen thinking about the shot. Good ball movement. Will they get it? There's one. Great slide defensively. What a job by Sam Lapine and Avery Morgan Huff on probably the most dangerous player on the planet. We're throwing that around a lot, but seriously, these are the best players.
And I mean, we could pick a player off of all four of the finalists in A and say that. And You could make an argument for it.
Yep. They get it to Desnu. Walker Welch, what a matchup. Late in the shot clock to Desnu. I'm not sure if that was a shot or a pass or just flicking it into the corner to get a change.
I think that was just a flip into the corner.
Mimico's defense will make you do that. You've seen how aggressive they are at getting out. Whitby as well. They both play very aggressive defensive systems. Both teams do play an offense-defense approach. Bakes.
Oh.
I don't know if she could believe she had that much of a lane to shoot. She hesitated. Gets the shot off. It's stopped by Duroc.
Did you see the velocity on that shot?
I heard the velocity when it hit the leg pads. Oh, down
Nice
low.
pass.
Bakes. Oh, what a save, Duroc. Put back attempt. And Whitby's D has generally been good, but you just can't leave Erin Bakes alone in front. You've got to be boxing her out. She's going to shake and bake now, and the rip is wide. But Bakes will get back to stop that one. Another nice pass. Oh, another save, Duroc.
Duroc with 6 saves on that secession.
Wow, that's a lot in one, I guess, sequence of possessions, technically.
That was the term I was looking for. I think it's still early on Sunday morning.
It is. Oh, and Zoe Fex is knocked over by that, but makes the save. Those shades of Bob Watson in the NLL Cup back in the day.
Look at this.
Evie drives, hits the post, gets knocked over, pops up, and is right back out.
Whalen with the loose ball for Mimico.
They've got plenty of time on the shot clock. Whalen's going to let one rip. Oh, nice play by Duroc just to get back in time because that was coming down pretty much on top of her, which could be dangerous for the goaltender.
Another loose ball for Mimico.
Pass out top. That hard rip is wide from Jill Fennick.
And another loose ball for Mimico.
There was no reset on that one, though. There hadn't been a shot, so even though Brenna Shanahan got the ball, got possession, they weren't able to get shot off in time.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to take that chance if I'm the Whitby D.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying just let her go and get it. I don't think there's anything you can do to stop her at that point.
Fair enough.
Mechtel with a nice shot. Hannah Kent trying to come up with it, but Mechtel with the forecheck pressure knocks Kent away. And now a bouncer, another save by Fex.
Some sustained pressure from Whitby for the first time this period.
And they've held on to this 2-2 tie, which is probably a pretty good eventuality for them, given that Mimico's been so in charge of the way the game's flowing. Oh my goodness.
Textbook.
What a finish there. Beautiful pass, and then Carly Wilson with the sweeping quick stick on the back door.
That's the type of play that comes from a team that has been together for a long time. A lot of these Whitby players played minor together, have come up all the way.
Yeah.
Like they just instinctively know where they're supposed to be and where to move the ball to. And just beautiful to give the Rush the lead.
And we've got either a timeout or a goalie water break. I think Whitby, is it just a water break? Yeah, it's a water break. I heard somebody say it. But Whitby, the two-time defending champions for both the league, regular season, and the playoffs, the provincials. And obviously coming in the season as favorites in many ways. But I was talking to Ryan Schutzkowski, the head coach, and he said, we have 8 players who are missing this season because they're pregnant or from pregnancy, which is one of the things in the women's game that happens. I mean, you've got young women who are that's going to be a factor. I know they're really missing defensively Sasha McDonald, who's fantastic, a great, tough defensive player. Actually called a bunch of games at the World Championships with me. She's an aspiring, ascending broadcaster as well. Jordan Dean, as we said, off with Army. And Rachel Lapine, who's running their defensive door, is also pregnant. She was another Team Canada member. That pass is knocked away. But, yeah, Whitby is stepping up. And they would have liked to step up a bit quicker there on Georgia Whalen, and she got wide open. And here's a chance now for Brenna Shanahan. Back to Whalen.
That's what Georgia Whalen does. She just materializes.
Mimico going 4-on-5 as they were getting a defender out late in the shot clock. Nice little sidearm pass. All kinds of pressure, and they're going to wind up flinging it ahead. No over and back to worry about. So it's a nice play there by Olivia Bladen. Olivia Bladen, one of the women that was trying it for Canada and really impressed me with her. She didn't quite make the team, but man, she is an up-and-comer. Again, a 17-year-old.
Well, let's be frank. You could have had 2 Team Canadas, and they still both finished in the top 3.
Yes. Aaron Bakes with the ball. Back up top. Fenwick's hard shot just over past the left side. I think Duroc did get a bit of it. Now Katie DeSnoo taking off.
Fenwick has had a lot of scoring chances, but she's put a lot wide. She's got to dial that shot in a little bit.
It's a nice shovel pass after the double team pressure. Followed her all the way down into the corner. Delana Williams rips one. Oh, that is blocked and not happily by Ryan Bionda. Doesn't mind soaking one for her team, but holy cow.
Yeah, that one had an impact.
I grabbed a replay. Yeah, oh, it's right off the face. As you can see, I'm going to run this just one more time. But yeah, hard shot. Obviously not what Delana Williams was trying to do.
No, and you can see, Williams was concerned about the impact. Especially a head injury, Stephen. No one wants to see anything like that happen, and she's
the sportsmanship's been great in this tournament. There was an injury this morning. Fawn Porter, playing for Hamilton, went down, had a shoulder. They had to come out and strap her up the shoulder. It looked like it was pretty serious. When she came off, she actually blew a kiss to the opponents who had been cheering her as she was coming off because she just appreciated, what their support. But she's a dynamite player too.
She is. It's unfortunate that she suffered that injury.
Yeah. Oh, great pressure and scores! What an effort there. That is Brittany Colangelo, a shooting star in women's MSL this year.
Beck's not happy, as you might imagine. I think she felt that her defense could have set a bit of a pick there to give her the room to make that pass. And boy,
Roger Nurse, the official doing the draw, Mimico was saying, hey, that's a crease violation. He was indicating straight up she was outside the cylinder. He was making it very clear that he was watching. He was very aware of her being right on top of the crease and that the ball was outside the crease. She didn't reach in. Feet weren't over the crease. That's great officiating.
It is. The Mimico bench doesn't seem to agree and had some words, but I agree. That was the right call, and it takes correct positioning from the referee to be able to make that.
There we have an illegal pick, and Whitby's going to get the ball back. But look at the pressure from Walker Welch. It's a nice job to get that ball forward. Kendra Orr flings it ahead, and here's a chance. Delana Williams through the double team. Big save, Zoe Fex. And that is a timely one with Whitby getting some momentum here. Here's Bakes. She's going to find Evans, who dances through. Big save.
What a save.
Oh, they are announcing players of the game, picking players of the game for every game in the tournament. And hard to pick one, but how would you go wrong with Julia Duroc right now?
Absolutely. She's the reason why Mimico's been held to 2 goals. They've had lots of shots, quality shots, Stephen, and she's just answered the call.
Big battle in the corner that comes up, and that's going to be a penalty. A check from behind.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, Fenwick with the twister. And that's going to be Kendra Orr going on that heavy check on the back of Brenna Shanahan. Was that Shanahan or?
It was.
Yeah.
And that's what we were talking about, the pressure that this Mimico offense has been applying, as well as their loose ball work. That's going to lead to situations where the D gets scrambled and take a bad penalty. And Mimico desperately needs a goal here. They don't want to go into the third down by 2.
They put Bakes down on the crease. Evans over the shooter spot as they go strong left with Shanahan's up at the top. That was actually Erica Hill that took that check, got the loose ball, did the hard work. Evans' bouncer just misses. I thought Erica looked a little bit too small to be Shanahan.
Big soak.
Ball into the corner, and the first one there, Brittany Colangelo. Grabbed, flung down the floor, not a bad play. Now going after it. That's the dump and chase by Chloe Tapper. It's going to work. You don't see that a lot in lacrosse. It's more of a hockey ploy, but that's a pretty good play.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
No, but just fling the ball and use your momentum, because I think it's also, she's aware she had Brooklyn Walker-Welch on her. Your chances of running through and not getting pasted into the boards, not
Slim
high.
to none.
So go ahead, fling it. Cut when she can't hit you into the boards when the ball's gone. Now Bakes is up high. She's going to invert, though, with Evans. Still Shanahan at the top. Bouncer. Oh, and there is a reset. So Mimico will get a fresh possession. I thought it was a bit wide, but Grant Spees is right on the crease there. He saw it, and that is going to come what comes of it. Erica Evans with a rocket from the top.
Well, we said how important that penalty was to Mimico. They needed a goal here, and who else but Erica Evans delivers with an absolute laser.
And how about Katie DeSnew and Brittany Colangelo, two of the top offensive stars for the Rush, being up at the top of the penalty kill? It just shows you they're such well-rounded players they are. And I thought their coverage on Evans wasn't bad. DeSnew was getting out on her, trying to. You can't just leave Shanahan and Bakes all alone. Here's a chance the other way now. That one goes. I thought that actually might have grazed off the crossbar. Either way, Mimico's going to get it. The final minute and a half here of the second period. Again, running time.
Well, we've talked about the best player in the world, and honestly, for me, Katie DeSnew, because of what she can do at both ends of the floor. If I was having a number one draft pick, it would be her.
I've played against Erica Evans in my old guys league. It's a men's, like a Borough Boys league, and I can't go with anybody but Erica Evans because she would decimate us.
She's an absolute legend, and certainly no slight on her, but yeah. I like having that ability at both ends of the floor.
Yeah. I would counter that Erica Evans is pretty good on D as well when she chooses, but Delana Williams is flattened and then getting into it, jousting a little bit, winds up on the turf, and Roger Nurse just waves her away as somebody, the Whitby bench is calling for a penalty, and Nurse is just waving his hand saying no, and I agree with him. That's just a battle.
Great pass by Whalen.
Nice save again, but they get it back. Fennick once again. Timeout taken by Mimico with 23.8 seconds left on the clock. There's a timeout, so we've got 23.8. The clock that you see on the screen is being run on our scoreboard app, but so don't take that to be verbatim.
Now we'll see what lineup Mimico sends out for this last possession, but keep an eye on Fennick. Fennick has had more shots than any Mountaineer tonight, and she is due to break through, so keep an eye on 33 when play resumes.
Calling a bit of a dark horse. Diamond Jim Lowe going with the, the obvious ones are Bakes and Evans. Obviously Shanahan's up at the top, but yeah, Fennick has been great, working so hard on the off-ball stuff. Of course, they'll have 6 players out there, so imagine it's going to be Cordingley and Whalen as well.
Back to the net.
Oh, really? Intriguing.
I had the same assumption as you, Steven, so don't feel bad, but
that surprises me.
Well, especially with how strong Mimico has been on the loose balls in their end, in the offensive end.
Yeah. So they are going to wait for a final shot. Somebody's yelling shoot now. I think now Fex is making her way to the bench. So it was a little decoy. Big scores! Oh, it worked to perfection, even though they hadn't got the 6th attacker out there yet. Look at this movement.
And it was as you predicted. You said Aaron Banks. And what a shot. Bit of a sidearm. Boom. Not a bit of a sidearm, a whole lot of sidearm.
What an effort by Daisha Cordingley. to duck underneath and get that pass across. So we're going to the second. We ended the first period 2-2. We ended the second period now 4-4. And this is everything we expected from these teams, except that we don't often see either Julia DeRock or Zoe Fex giving up 4 goals. But these are the best teams in the province.
Yeah, and other than the breakdown in communication that led to the 4th Whitby goal, I don't think you could say any of those goals were unearned. They are great shots from great players who are, they want to advance to the gold medal game. They want to be provincial champions, and the goalies just have to take those shots and hope to stop 80-90% of them.
On the screen right there, you just saw Lou Warner with the blue Mimico shirt, wringing her hands. She's going over to talk to Zoe Fex. Lou Warner is a goaltender. Lou Harris got married last year to Justin Warner. They're both big names in the lacrosse world around here, but she is also having a baby. So she has stepped into an on-bench role as well. And she is one of the women. When the World Lacrosse announced that they were going to have a women's box championship, I spoke with Lou Warner. She was actually still Lou Harris at the time, and some other players, and several of them said that they were playing again because there's a chance to try to represent their nation at the Worlds.
Well, and it's something that the younger player, I'm very involved with U22 and U17, U15. It's something that they talk about now and they aspire to, and especially the top players like a Whalen or a Blasuti, like, they know who their competition are to make those teams, and it's amazing to watch. And when you combine that with 6s at the Olympics, women's lacrosse is really having a moment, and the talent coming up is going to take this league to an even higher level, and we're already seeing this is incredible lacrosse as it is.
Yeah, and one of the things, it's happening all over coaching. You're seeing women moving into the coaching ranks, although right now we've got head coaches, largely male coaching staffs for both of these teams, for Peterborough, for Arthur. That's because, again, the women are getting these chances to play. They just haven't had the opportunity, so we don't have a ton of women who have played their career and are ready to move into more of a coaching role. But that's coming.
It's coming, and you've got people like Donnell Latimer on the Whitby bench. It's going to increase as time goes on. At minor provincials a couple of weeks ago, there were lots of benches, especially with the U13 and U15 age groups, that were young women giving back. So the coaching is going to accelerate at the same level the quality of play is.
And quickly before we get going with this third period, another area is broadcasting. And I love having you here. It's great. I'm really happy to be doing it, but we need to have women broadcasting these games as well. It was great to have Sasha McDonald at the World Championships last year, doing a bunch of games and doing really well. Steph Schenkel, good friend of mine from the Atlanta area, came and was dynamite. Now, she's a little field focused, but she's getting the box thing.
And of course, the trailblazing that Mackie Jenner's been doing.
Mackie Jenner was there. I called a day full of games with Mackie Jenner in Utica. It's great. It's great to see this developing. Here's Erica Evans. Accordingly, nice move. Great two-person game. But the shot there from Georgia Whalen turned aside by Julia DeRock.
DeRock did not bite on that small fake from Whalen.
Oh, great pass ahead. Just pings off the stick of Mackenzie Clemens. And it's going to be turned over. Do you call it two when you're coaching and when you're minor in that? Do you call it two-woman game, two-player game, two-person game?
Usually two-player.
Two-player?
Yeah.
But
I won't lie, especially in Barrie, we've got a male coaching staff, mostly from junior, and two-man comes out a lot.
I bet. It's a process, right? That's a big hit by Aaron Bakes, who has not shied away from the physical side of the box game. She's a gritty competitor and just terrific. I did interview her earlier in the summer when she came up to play with Mimico. She's flying up for the weekends to play from the States, and she loves box. As so many players who get the chance to do it do. Here's Katie DeSnew on Brooklyn Walker-Welch. She just leads with her head, and she does the starfish again to try and take up as much space as possible. DeSnew got it through, but it's turned aside.
There's no fear in that woman at all.
No. They get it ahead to Evans. Walker-Welch off to the bench for a change. Whalen will go through and try and open some space. Accordingly, gets another pick from Whalen, but they come over to the near side to Shanahan. Spinning is Evans, ducking is Evans. She had 4 blue and red jerseys around her, still got a pretty decent shot off. It did hit Duroc, so we were going to have a fresh 30 as Mimico gets the ball back. They come to Bakes. Evans is down low. Great defensive effort there. Oh, what a cut though. Bakes, oh, is that post? That's off the post from Whalen. Love the effort from, is that Mackenzie Clemens playing some D? Oh, no, sorry, it's Olivia Bladen. Yeah, she is good at both ends. I asked about, oh, here we go, drive to the net. Pretty big contact, but not rising to the level of a call.
Cordingley and Whalen are not large women, and
No.
they are fearless cutting through against those big Whitby defenders.
Yeah. Whitby comes away with it, and off they go. Maggie Cuddy. She's going to pull up as she sees Walker Welch and Molly Little both streaming off the bench. And Molly Little's name may be Little, but she is not a little person. She's a big, strong player. And she's really right there getting a pick by Katie DeSnoo.
Oh, right off the chin effects.
She pops back up. You can see the game, the physicality, and the little kind of late stuff getting a bit more pronounced. These teams have a long-standing rivalry, but I don't think played a ton this summer.
They
directly.
hate each other, Steve.
Yeah,
they really.
That's
do.
a nice way to put the way to put it that I was trying to avoid. But yeah, you're right. Evans drive save to Rock. What a game! There's going to be more coming right after this. 12:45 will be the scheduled start time for Peterborough and Arthur. That's going to be a great game. We're also going to bring you the B final. That is between the top teams from 5 through 8 semis. And then we've got the championship at 3:45. Big check again by Walker Welch. Hannah Kent was just mucking, but it was a long time to muck with that kind of pressure, but it works out. And Mimico will come away with the ball. I was just thinking with 8 seconds to go on the shot clock, that's a while when you've got the rush
sure is.
Working so hard, but she did it. Here's Cordingley. Gets a pick from Whalen. Drives to the net. That's a nice slide check by Maya Price. Might have got up a little bit high, but honestly, Daisha Cordingley is saying
he's not happy with that.
Oh, what a save, Zoe Fex, as Whitby springs a transition break there for Mia Mechtel.
And Whitby needs more of that, Stephen.
Yeah.
Effects is incredible, but she can get worn down with a lot of shots. Whitby's not getting enough to wear her out.
And again, they're fairly short games, but what a chance in front. It comes back out to Fennick, who ducks underneath. Pass to the back door.
Pass.
That's a great save. She found Ryan beyond. Excellent play by Fennick. But yeah, I mean, they are shorter games, but again, this is the 5th game of the weekend for these teams. That's a lot of play. Davina Gillis has played some for Mimico. Ayanna Bretherick is the other goalie for Whitby, doing some time for them. Here's a pass to Williams. Cutting through the D, shoots, misses. Big battle, and they come away with it. That's Bionda. She's being trailed. Just noticed at the last moment that Bladen was on her. The quality of play in the women's MSL has just risen and risen and risen over the last 10 years, but certainly over the last 4 or 5 years. What a shot,
Evans again.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, when you watch what we're seeing this morning, Stephen, this isn't a great women's lacrosse game. This is a great lacrosse game.
Yeah, that's true.
And the legendary Erica Evans with an absolutely massive goal for Mimico.
And Evans is on the younger end of the string of Evanses that everyone would know. I mean, there was the one generation that had 7 guys playing at the very highest level, plus one heading off to the NHL, quite well known. And then you've got Stephen, Scott, and Sean at the generation. They're all cousins to Erica, and she's younger than them, but she has made her own name. I mean, she was known coming up because she was in Evans, but as you can see from her play, there's no nepotism in praising her. She has earned it all. And now Fennick trying to spin away, but watched carefully by Cuddy. Shot clock getting late. Bakes steps back. Just shot. That was a really good shot. Oh, Julia DeRock, so sharp. I'm becoming a big Maggie Cuddy fan. I wasn't that familiar with her before this weekend, but she's 15 over on the crease defense. Here's Shanahan trying to get away from Price. Bionda came up with it. They've got 10 seconds left on the shot clock as Cordonly sets up at the top. Bakes has room. Rips one. Nice save. DeRock got just a bit of it. Good hustle by Huff getting out to at least make Bakes think about her. And now Bakes going in and sending some hard picks. Shanahan, nothing there for her, but Bakes has a little lane. Again, taken away. Big swing. My goodness, Maya Price is working out there. She's number 8, the alternate captain.
There's another loose turnover and loose ball by Mimico.
Deja Cording, that's tough for Whitby because they worked so hard defensively. It's such a great shift. And then in just a second, it's gone. And then a chance for Bakes. 6.5 to go here in the third period. A 1-goal lead for the Mimico Mountaineers.
The defending champions on the ropes, but they are not going to go down without a fight.
Taylor Milburn made that pass down. The ball gets away, and there is some heavy pressure from Brooklyn Rosario, the number 18 in the corner. Ball still down. It is eventually scooped up. Nice work. There's an offensive reset.
Really smart play there.
Mia Mechtel working hard. Great pass, but Zoe Fex was planted on her post, ready for that shot from Brittany Colangelo. Walker Welch, Colangelo. Oh, that's got to be a hold.
Yeah.
I thought the first wrap was, and then the second arm came around. There's no question.
Fex to the bench.
Extra attacker coming out. Evans. Oh my goodness. Erica Evans. That is how you create a legend.
Legends rise to the moment, and look at Erica Evans. Man, DeRock couldn't do a thing there. That is as perfect of a goal as you're going to see at any level of lacrosse this weekend.
So the delayed penalty is wiped out. We'll stay at 5-on-5, but a 6-4 lead for Mimico. And you said it, the defending champions on the brink. We've still got 5:07 to play. Goalie water break, so they are over getting a drink. And holy cow, what a game we've had. And Grant Spees is telling the Mimico players, let's go, get away from the bench. It's not a timeout.
Here's the amazing thing, Stephen.
Yeah.
In 21 games that DeRock has played this season, she's only allowed 21 goals.
In how many games?
In 18 games.
18 games, 21 goals.
Yeah, sorry, my math is terrible as I'm switching screens.
That's
11 games.
11 games, 21 goals. That's
21
less than
goals.
2 per game for the whole season.
And
That's pretty
Mimico
good.
has put 6 past her today.
Yeah. And, I mean, they've had to earn them. They've had to earn them. What a battle off the draw.
I'm at the point that I need bifocal stamper to be able to read numbers and watch the game.
Need a secondary glasses. You can flip them back and forth. Nothing wrong with bifocals. I think they call them blended now or something like that. There's Evans once again. Shoots. That scores.
Oh,
that's in. And Evans is fired up. That's a tough one for DeRock. That's when she usually stops.
Yeah, but she's faced so many shots and relentless pressure from Mimico. Even a great goaltender, world-class goaltender, is going to let some through. Timeout for Whitby.
Yeah. Better figure out how to kick a field goal. Actually, that's exactly what you don't do, right? Is try to think about scoring 3 goals. You got to think about scoring 1, and then 1, and then 1.
I was about to disagree with you when you made the field goal comment, but you corrected course. Yeah.
Hold myself back from the fire.
This is a team that has won a lot, and as you said, it's not the same roster they had during their 2 previous championships, but there are a lot of proven winners, veteran players on that squad, tremendous coaching bench. Focus on the next goal. 1 goal gets you closer.
You've got Go ahead. Katie DeSnew, as you said, one of the, if not the best player in the world, one of them, I would say, the best pure shooter in the women's game. So you've got her. You've got such an impressive roster. Jelena Williams. You've got Olivia Blade, and Brittany Colangelo has been spectacular this year. Like there's lots of options for them.
And you've got a goalie you can rely on. That last goal was one that Duroc would want back, but she's going to make the next save and the save after that.
Yes.
So just focus on the next goal. Get the ball to those players who are, your version of Erica Evans, your clutch players.
Face-off violation.
It's what Whitby needed. Williams is one of those players we're just talking about. You need the ball in her stick. Oh, wow.
Players, and Ryan Shutzkowski just flung his hat down on the bench. He's irate that they ran an extra player out. No penalty because it's on the offensive end.
But critically, Mimico gets the ball back.
Yeah, and can kill 30 seconds. And Mimico took about 13 seconds of their 30 to get their 5th player out. They weren't about to take a penalty and hand it back over. Whitby does get the ball, and it's scooped up there. But
Shanahan
out. Great trail check. That may have been a bit of a fatigue error from Lizzie LaValle because she's played very well, but in that one just wasn't aware. And that's, again, 5th game of the weekend.
Well, and the Whitby D has logged a lot of minutes in this game.
Big swap from Katie DeSnew. Thought we might actually see a ref's hand go up on that one. Accordingly, takes a big bump. DeSnew is just a wrecking ball out there, but I got to say,
she needs to be.
She does, and the thing is, when she checked Daisha Accordingly into the boards, she was awfully careful to keep her stick down at side height. I love that because she's much taller, and she was very respectful. Yeah, but super respectful.
Look at this.
Here's a chance. Big save, Zoe Fex. What a chance for Carly Wilson. I like that play to just flick it ahead there. You got time, but there was a bit of pressure, and Rain Blazzuti just tossed it up. Underhand shot. Honestly, I think that's one where I'm not sure why. Well, Evans was looking for a call, and they're going to get possession. I was a little surprised she shot that. Was there?
Yeah, I think she was trying for a rebound there. Evans was coming in because it wasn't it wasn't a high quality shot, but I think he was just looking to bank it back because she knew she had Evans coming in.
Yeah.
An interesting play at this time of game, regardless.
Yeah. And Brickla Walker Welch is standing back over center and saying, "Come and get me. I'm not going anywhere until you come and press us." As we're down into the final 2 minutes plus.
And who's taking the ball from her?
Right. Now she's going to drive through one, past another, around a third, and almost got it up over the netting at the back as she flung that one up. I think some of the fans down in that end were thinking, we never get balls landing to us over here.
Oh, it was WMSL Commissioner John Dalglish waiting for a ball there. Maybe you could get it autographed.
I think we could arrange that for him. He's got pretty good access.
He's done a tremendous job with this league.
A chance as they come down low. Shot by Williams just off didn't get the left shoulder. I thought we might have seen a reset. And Shutzkowski is just as irate or as fired up. He wanted a reset. I thought it was. I thought it did graze.
But how about Molly Little soaking up a big shot block there at the end of the clock?
Awesome job.
Mimico can sense it. They have waited for this win against arch rival Whitby.
And it's tough now. Whitby's got to move on from that because we all thought there should have been a reset, but now you just got to go get that ball. And they are working for it. But, of course, they run up against a Mimico team that is just as hungry.
and has dominated on the ground balls.
Into the final minute, Julia DeRock going to the bench early as the ball was still down in their end, but you got to get her there. You got to start scoring. Great shot from Williams, but just wide.
Oh. Whitby's not going to be happy with that.
No. And now, Mimico can kill just about the rest of this game, and you give it to Brooklyn Walker-Welch, and she's not a cocky player, but she just stands there and says, go ahead and try and get it, but we have an illegal
mental error by Erin Banks.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Erin Banks goes and sets a pick that probably didn't need to be set.
Well, it's from behind, and it's moving.
Tomato.
We have not talked enough about Zoe Fex in this game. When they've needed her to come up big, she has come up huge.
Yeah, she's been dynamite. Brooklyn Walker-Welch will rip one the length of the floor as the net was still a little open. Erin Banks will get it. And she's going to go for a run. And we've talked about what a great athlete Brooklyn Walker-Welch is. Yeah, Erin Banks is pretty athletic too. And she'll just take off.
She went end to end and back.
Yeah, end to end to end. It's like coast to coast to coast. It's like Canada. And she's an American. That will do it. What a win for the Mimico Mountaineers, knocking off the defending champions. A bit of stunned disbelief for Whitby. Their season will end.
Game's over, coach.
But they should keep their heads up high because they're a spectacular team. It just wasn't their day. I mean, we saw great scoring, incredible goaltending. How good was DeRock?
Oh, so good. But Zoe Fex outduels her.
And Erica Evans, the legendary women's player Erica Evans, comes through huge to send Mimico to the gold medal game.
What a great game. The second semifinal, Arthur and Peterborough, is scheduled for 11 minutes from now, 12:45. It might start a little bit later than that. We're going to keep this stream going, keep it live, because we weren't sure how long there would be between these two games, so I didn't set up a separate event. But we will be back for that one, and make sure you stay with us here on Stamplax YouTube. I'm Steven Stamp with Jim Lowe. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate having you. It's always fun. And we're going to take a little break and get ready for the next game. Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the 2025 Women's Major Series Lacrosse Provincial Championship. We had a great game to open our coverage today here on Stamp Black's YouTube. It was a 7-4 win for Mimico, taking down the two-time defending champion Whitby Rush, although a game that was closer than that score suggests. I'm Stephen Stamp here with Diamond Jim Lowe, and we are expecting just as intense a game here with the Arthur Aces, first place from Pool B against the Peterborough Lakers, who were second in Pool A. And you see, Arthur was the second seed through the season. That was basically a toss-up with them and Mimico because they had tied for record. Peterborough was the fourth seed. A new team last year who made it to finals and did finish third in the season, but now they are stepping things up. They've got a lot of changes that we'll get to as we go, but they are a team now hosting the Provincials and looking to get into their first championship game.
Yeah, and they have looked solid all weekend. They don't necessarily have the stars that a Mimico or Whitby has, but there are no chinks in Peterborough's armor. Arthur, always well coached, always a disciplined team, but they are going to have to earn this one over the hometown Lakers.
Arthur's just always there. That's what the other coaches, the other players, they say, Arthur's always there. You're not sure who's going to do it for them, but they will do it. They do have some stars in a sense, in Tori Verbeek, and Brianna Trombley's a great scorer. You've got Haley Price, who scored the winning goal for them yesterday, is terrific all over, and played for Ireland at the World Championships. I mean, there's some great players. Peterborough is loaded with talent. Great coaching on both sides. The one thing that you'll notice that's really different about this group in Arthur is they play lines of five. They don't play the offensive players and defensive players. They just rotate. Here's a great chance off the start, coming off the face-off, but Aaron Rooney decides to pull it out, and they will set up. Rebecca Hostrauser at the top, hands it off. Coming around the top, trying to find shooting space there is Taylor Coughlin. But Peterborough's defense really making it tough for them to find a lane. And we're going to have a high sticking call, the first penalty of the game. And that's going to go to Aaron Rooney from Arthur, who's getting a little frustrated already by the checking from the Lakers.
Yeah, you really can't afford to take a penalty in the offensive end like that so early in the game. Not with a balanced attack like Peterborough has. The power play is very good. You're going to see a disciplined play here, and I imagine that Coach Reg and the rest of the bench aren't too happy starting the game off like that.
No kidding. Reg Hollingshead and his coach, terrific coaching staff, really putting a good job together. And Peterborough's staff has changed. Right now, though, they're focused on this power play. Nicole Peroni thought about the shot, flips it out, and instead, there's the first save by Ashley Price between the pipes for Arthur. At the other end, Emily Van Dam wearing the double zeros for Peterborough.
Yeah, I ran into Emily. She was reffing a Junior C game recently.
Oh, what a rip there. That is Maddie Maloney with that snipe on the power play.
We talked about how costly that penalty could be, and we've got a 1-0 Lakers lead.
Nice pass across, and then a little pick from Lexi Kinmond, who has been a dynamite addition to this Peterborough team. She has been so dynamic for them, adding so much to this club. It's kind of a funny battle at the draw there is Maddie Maloney, who just scored. Had her 1 foot extended. Different stance that she went up in, but Arthur with it. Sidearm rip. That one's a little bit wide from the stick of Taylor Collins. Collins gets it back, tosses it up to Rebecca Hostrauser. Abby Clayton trying to fight through some of the defense. So far, Arthur has not been able to penetrate and get inside. That's something they'll be working on. It's not a bad shooting chance for Coughlin, but it doesn't get through. It's blocked. Still a dozen seconds on the shot clock.
They were very close.
A little sidearm bouncer. Not a whole lot behind it for Clayton, and that's stopped by Van Dam.
Easy save for the veteran Van Dam.
Very native too, right? Is she not?
No, I think she's from the Peterborough area.
Oh my goodness. Okay, there you go. A lot of these players are from Peterborough, the majority, and there's some great forechecking pressure. They get the pass across. And Abby Drinkwalter's going to set up. Pitt flicks it over to Lexi Kinmond. Nicole Peroni passes it off.
Peterborough moves the ball so well.
They really do. Peroni circling. A couple of them switching hands. There is a lot of field influence. Another hard shot. That one pinballs around a little bit. Maybe a bit of a break for Ashley Price. That was Maloney letting that one fly. Arthur into the offensive zone again, running those 5-player lines. So you're going to see a lot of variety. That's a shot from Brianna Tremblay. She will be a constant in shooting positions. She is so dangerous. And you can see the hard forecheck pressure as well, but Peterborough comes away with it. Bryn Kuchar into the offensive zone. Back to the top to Grace Shaughnessy, who moves it on immediately. Illegal pick called.
It's going to be so tough for Peterborough to score today. Price had an incredible 2.32 goals against average in the regular season, 1.5 in this tournament.
Here's Arthur driving. Oh, it just opens wide up. What a chance for Esme Hodson. But she is turned aside by Van Dam, who's been very steady as the last line of defense for the Lakers. And Avery DeGiorgio up into the offensive zone. She's number 18 on the far side, and she stays for the offensive set, as she will do at times. Sets a pick to try and open Kinmond. She's going to shoot from her offside. Arm save by Price. Haley Price comes up with the loose ball, and the rebound flings it ahead. And here's Hodson. She's driving to the net.
Great run.
White jerseys all over, though. May have wanted to just pull that one out. Boy, there's no shortage of effort, though, trying to get it back. I don't think anybody's more driven for a loose ball than someone who realizes they just tried to run through 3 players instead of pulling out and setting up the O. Oh, what a huge hit. That was Taylor Collins absolutely flattening Maddie Maloney, and it turns into a possession. Here's a chance. I thought they might have a go getting it to Coughlin coming off the bench. Now they get it to her, but it's tipped away, actually, by Peroni. Underhand shot. Yep. Van Dam saw that one.
Van Dam, of course, the first woman ever to play net in the Ontario Junior B Lacrosse League, the Wallaceburg Red Devils.
There you go. She's a very good goaltender. Faced a ton of shots. She's
one of the best ever.
Yeah. Kinmond has some space. Likes going to that offside. But just missed with it. They're going to run out of time on the 30. I want to say thank you to Uncommon Fit, where you can get custom athletic apparel. They provide jerseys for a bunch of these teams and for player teams all around the world, making it possible for us to stream these games today, along with Women's Major Series Lacrosse and the Peterborough Lakers and the city of Peterborough. Here's a drive to the net, spinning away from the defense.
Nice pass. Oh. Would have been pretty if it got through properly.
Tremblay's shot stopped by the right foot of Van Dam.
Van Dam briefly lost track of it, but it didn't leave the crease, thankfully, for the Lakers.
And then she leaves the crease with it and makes the outlet pass to DeGiorgio. Here's Abby Hiltz. Left it there for Maloney. Oh, nice effort getting back, but just a little off target. And Hiltz will pick this one up. 3 left on the shot clock, so she'll just loft one down into the corner. Again, 3 15-minute running time at periods, 3 minutes of stop time at the end of the third period. And the reason for that is basically because they're not at the stage yet with the women's MSL where they can go and just go somewhere and do a one-off during the week or whatever. So they do league days, league tournaments where they all get together. So to be able to maximize their efficiency, they do play the shorter games. Great chance on top of the crease, but Sarah Frost reached inside. And that's going to be a violation. Peterborough gets it, comes back the other way. Victoria Clark moves it ahead. Here's Maloney. Pulls it down, hands it off there to Hiltz.
Smart decision by Maloney.
Yeah, I like that one. Brony over to Abby Drinkwalter. That pass didn't get through. Hodson will scoop it up. Took a peek, saw there's nobody around her, and was safe to grab it.
And Taylor Collins is a menace out there on D. I would not want to go one-on-one against her.
Here's a great look. Big save, Van Dam. And a little bit of a check on the back there. That's a pretty good call. I think Megan Quinlan may have got a little overzealous, making sure that there was no second chance there.
Yeah, you got to put player safety first.
Yep.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, Tremblay, great effort. And Tremblay was advocating for a back in, and she's got it.
She got it. And that was a big hit to cause the back in.
Yeah. Pass to the far side. Miranda Von Hank. Shopping. Didn't quite connect on that pass. Spinning underneath. That's going to be stripped by the Lakers. DeGiorgio having an impactful first period here. And she'll get it across to Sadie Henderson.
Peterborough's going to maintain possession here.
They'll start with Lexi Kinmond in the corner. Rotating out is Chelsea Campbell. That pass didn't quite connect. But Chelsea Campbell, got to give her a shout out along with Victoria Clark, who are the organizers as Peterborough gets it back. And they put in a ton of work to make this happen, to have us here. Really appreciate what they've done.
It has been such a well-run tournament. Players are getting the visibility and the credit they deserve for the talent that is in this league.
Yeah.
They had a great banquet on Friday night to celebrate the MVPs of the various teams. Yeah. And this league is it's an experience for players. It's not just great lacrosse. It's a great community type of league. And the future is so bright for WMSL, Stephen.
Miranda Von Hank off to the box for 2 minutes or less for cross-checking. And Peterborough will go to the power play, trying to extend this 1-0 lead.
First goal, of course, coming on the power play. And nearly a second there.
Nearly.
Solid save by Price.
Peterborough resets. Brony at the top is their strong right. Maloney was saying settle, settle. Back over to the righties for now. Jocelyn LeMay with a pick as Peroni gets a shot off. That's in.
That's in. Lakers 2 for 2 on the power play. Thought Price made the right move on this shot, but it's kind of a strange bounce. See, steps in. Definitely got a piece of it, but then it just bounces the wrong way, up and in.
Nice work on the picks by Jocelyn LeMay and Chelsea Campbell. Jocelyn LeMay, who I thought might be in the booth with me for the tournament. I talked to her now husband, Jordan Sturris, who plays for the men's Lakers. They were just married a couple weeks ago, actually. And congrats to them. Here's a chance for Arthur. Oh, what a finish. That is a beauty right off the face-off by Taylor Coughlin. My goodness, we'll get back to that.
Incredible individual effort. It's great speed. Under pressure from two Lakers, but still gets the shot off that she wants. And the Aces are showing some life here late in the first period. Couldn't be better
timing, right, for Arthur to get one back after Peterborough's second straight power play goal. What an effort by Erin Rooney. 22 for Arthur there at the face-off got on the big battle and then make that pass from her knees. Jocelyn LeMay is taking this face-off. I was going to say that she is the head coach for the Trent women's field team, and they weren't sure if she was going to be playing this year. Here's another chance. Arthur's going to say, keep talking about Jocelyn LeMay because we get a scoring chance every time you do. But she did come back and play and is absolutely loving it.
Of course,
playing very well.
Absolute powerhouses in men's and women's lacrosse.
They are. Peterborough slowing things down. Peroni's going to go for a bit of a rest after a long shift. Maloney flips one over. It's a little bit high. Couldn't quite get grabbed right away by Drinkwalter. It's still down on the turf. Sadie Henderson tried to get it, but it's snagged there by Tori Verbeek. Wasn't quite sure what she wanted to do to try to get around Talia Keast.
Yeah, and Keast, he just didn't give her the space or the time to think about it.
I talked to Bobby Keast, as I mentioned, and he was saying, he and Joey Hiltz and Chad Campbell all coaching their daughters. He said, how blessed are we as coaches to get to coach our daughters in this amazing league. It was really a great conversation. Maloney's shot is a little off target.
I get to talk to Joe a lot as we're both league commissioners, and it really is amazing the time he puts into the sport, on the men's and the women's side, internationally, nationally, and locally. He's on a lot of benches, Stamper.
He is. Underhand shot. That's a pretty nice effort there from Susan Noble, but again, Van Dam with the foot save.
The last 5 minutes have been all Arthur.
Final seconds here of the first period, just a dozen to go. Oh, it's knocked down by Peroni. She's going to see if she can get a break. She can.
She's clear.
She's got 2 seconds. She's got to shoot now. Oh, okay, she shot at the perfect time, but a huge save by Ashley Price. My goodness, what a period. It's 2-1 for the Peterborough Lakers over the Arthur Aces in the second of 2 women's Major Series Lacrosse semifinals. And we are going to go to a commercial from our sponsor, Uncommon Fit, which we want to just say thank you once again for making it possible for us to bring you these games. And I'll be back. I'm Steven Stamp with Diamond Jim Lowe. We'll be back after this quick break. Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the 2025 WMSL Provincials Semifinal number 2. We know that Mimico is through to the championship game. We will be finding out over the next 30 minutes of playing time whether they will be facing Peterborough or Arthur. The Lakers with the 2-1 lead at the moment
What a story coming out of the first period, Stamper.
Yeah.
Hometown Lakers get out to a 2-0 lead, both on power play goals, and then all of a sudden it was all aces. This is a team that has been good for a very long time. They showed the resiliency, and they came back strong in those final 5 minutes. 2-1 Peterborough as the second gets underway.
Another extended face-off battle overseen by Grant Spees, and I just want to give a shout out to his wife Leanne, who's back home watching. He said, "I think I might need you to give her a shout out since I'm settled here for the weekend." So thanks for letting us borrow him. That's a back in. That's a tricky rule because it does say you can't intentionally direct it back in. She didn't try to direct that in, but it clearly went straight off the player who was playing the ball into the goalie.
These days, it's getting called the way we just saw it. I'm not sure if that's a direction that's come from the head of officiating or what, but it's definitely not being called the way you and...
Oh, what a shot! Abby Hilt with the sidearm bouncer and a pretty sweet celly to boot. And that's huge because, as you said, Arthur was really controlling play.
Hiltz has had a great tournament. I watched her against Mississauga on day one, and she was moving the ball so well. It was really a difference maker for the Lakers in that game, and she scores a huge goal here early in the second.
And if you're lacrosse folks, you're definitely recognizing the Hiltz name. Of course, her dad, Joey, as we mentioned, is coaching the offense for Peterborough. Her uncle, Jerry, he and Joey twins, and played professionally for a long time. Here's a drive by Tori Verbeek, just misses. Verbeek is going to play a big role for Arthur if they're going to come back from this not huge deficit, obviously just down by a couple of goals, but these games go quickly. We're already a couple minutes into the second of 3 15-minute periods. It's running time. We will have the B final afterwards. That's going to be Kingston and Grand River, is it not?
That's correct.
Yeah. Chelsea Campbell sidearm rip. Pass ahead. Here's a break for Taylor Collins. Nice job, Peterborough, to get somebody off the bench, which of course comes from getting somebody off the floor in the offensive zone. And that was Avery DiGiorgio coming back off the bench to play transition defense. Arthur gets it back. Good battle. That one's tipped, though, and Peterborough's going to come away with it off that pass. Sadie Henderson gets stripped. Still battling for it. Arthur with possession and a fresh 30 after the ball had been bouncing about. Clayton gets it back from Haley Price.
Nice pass.
And a shooting spot for Van Dam. Makes the save, pounces on the rebound, looks up the floor. Yeah, there's nobody gone because all five defenders were packed in watching the offensive aces who are all over them. But
I really like the
quickly
confidence that
zone.
Van Dam's playing with.
Mm-hmm. Nice job, Maloney, fighting through, has a couple of goals for Peterborough and set a great pick on the last goal by Hilt. There's a shot to the far side, foot save by Ashley Price.
So, Coach, I'm really happy about that shot late in the clock. You know, you're not necessarily going to score there, but you're at least getting that goalie moving, trying to wear her down a bit.
Try and get the reset as well. Didn't happen in this case as Arthur now into the offensive zone, and Susan Noble, stymied by the defense, but moves it on well to Hodson. She's going to be turned aside as well. Great two-person game. Led to a shot for Lauren Young. Now there's a penalty coming. It's Miranda Von Hank going to the box again, and you could hear her trying to say, hey, what's different? That's what's been happening with others. And Roger Nurse, I do like how these guys communicate. He said, not now. That's not the same. That was different. This is a penalty. You know?
Well, Roger's been doing this for a long time, one of the best officials that we have in Ontario. And I love that WMSL has gone with the 3-referee format for the semis and for the championship. We do the same thing in the finals Junior C, and it just makes the officiating that much better.
Peterborough back to the power play where they've been very successful. And Sadie Henderson, oh no, that's Lexi Kinmon. That makes sense.
Great opportunity.
That is stopped, and where is it? Oh, it rolls behind. They're trying to spring Haley Price. She's going to have to head into the corners. That pass was errant, but she will get possession. And Arthur's going to be able to kill some time. Peterborough left some players down in the offensive zone in case they got recovered possession, and that would have been a 2 or 3 on 1 at the other end. But heads up play, Haley Price gets Tori Verbeek, who drives through the middle. Penalty coming.
Penalty. It's going to be a high stick.
Yeah, and Peroni doesn't even argue. She knows that as they realized Verbeek was blasting through them, she went over to get the check and got up. Did get a little bit high.
And it's tough because you know Verbeek is a threat. You can't let her walk in easily.
Yeah.
But she drives so hard, it's a matter of inches as to whether you get a nice clean hit and stop her, or you go to the box for 2 or less.
That's that quick first step, right? From Tori Verbeek, and then, followed by a bunch of quick steps, but that first one really separates her. You can see she's wearing her Canada helmet as she makes that pass over, and a shot taken by Hostrasser, but again, Emily Van Dam confidently turning that one aside. Looks up the floor, nothing there, gives it to DiGiorgio close. I like how these players are always looking up the floor. That's a big hit by Verbeek. Finishes it off, and they're going to get it ahead to her.
Oh, not quite the pass to Springer, but
still a good chance for Verbeek. It almost got possession of the loose ball, and she will.
She did get it. There's no almost. It just tries.
Yeah, Tori Verbeek, and she's going for a break, and as well she should. Arthur's only got 2 players on the floor. They've got the others coming out now. I think the Peterborough coaches are saying, maybe we could have gone out and pressed them when they only had 2 players.
Arthur nice penalty expires, so we're going to get an Arthur power play now.
Can't see how long's left on the penalty to Peroni.
40 seconds.
Okay. You're a little more agile than I am. The scoreboard's just up a bit for us.
I'm rarely accused of being agile, Stamper. Unless it's reaching for a beer.
Or a snack.
Hey.
Hey. What? We all like snacks. Here is Jocelyn LeMay making the pass out. Pass to the far side. Pretty good chance for Kinmont short-handed. Yeah, Price had to be sharp. The Lakers battling to try and get possession for a fresh 30. It's going to go the other way, though, on the loose ball violation. Long pass to Verbeek. Or, sorry, that was to Susan Noble. Looked like Taylor Coughlin was trying to drive in on her own. She's going to wait for the rest of the power play to get there. Great shooting opportunity for Collins. It just popped out of her stick. And here goes Peroni. Second self-passes it, races ahead, shoots, just misses on the far side. You can see the wheels of Peroni. Great coasting speed.
Bryce actually got a piece of that.
She's got a little graze with the arm.
I think so.
Boy, Nicole Peroni is so dangerous. I remember talking to her in Utica, and she was saying, I think it was at the Laxni last year, and she was saying, I don't know about box. I think I prefer field. And I was like, what? Because everyone says they like box when they play it, right? But she wasn't sure if she was going to keep going, but she has, and I know her teammates are pretty thrilled about that.
Well, and that really is going to be key to the future of this league, getting those elite level field players to buy in. And as you said, once they play it, it's like, wow, why wasn't I playing this since I was 5? But
Abby Hiltz had Peterborough's 3rd goal. Passes across.
Oh.
Big collision. What a heads-up play to make that pass by Grace Shaughnessy. Chelsea Campbell, hard rip, but it's well off the mark.
Out tough is Shaughnessy, though. Oh.
And Hiltz will just fling it behind the shoulder into that corner or down behind the net, just at the back of the boards as the shot clock was about to expire.
Now we're seeing something interesting, Stamper. You alluded to it earlier. Peterborough's been so effective on their changes, and Arthur not so much.
There's a drive, another penalty coming. I think it might be Peroni again. Oh, no, this time it's going to be Juliana Jamidi.
High stick on Verbeek as she came through. Verbeek's really been the most effective player on either team. As we're halfway through the game.
Yeah, it's actually Mac Webb. Jamidi was just hustling to get to the bench. So it's Mac Webb going to the box. Great to see her out. I know she'd been with Whitby for a couple of years and came back to play with Peterborough. She's loving it here. Coming across the top is Coughlin, and that's stopped by Van Dam once again. Long outlet pass. Nobody there to get it, but racing off the bench is Jocelyn LeMay. Nice catch on that pass by Abby Clayton. And Arthur's back into the offensive zone. Sidearm rip soaked. Another sidearm goes wide off the stick of Aaron Rooney.
Arthur setting up right now.
Low to high taken there from Von Hank. That's going to get wide, and it rolls the length of the floor. The shot clock's going to expire. And it'll be flicked ahead by Ashley Price.
Peterborough keeps on getting the opportunity to set up their offense. Arthur's got to be really careful here.
We are getting deep into the second period. Peterborough hanging on to that 3-1 lead so far. Oh, wide open in the middle. Great chance, but turned aside.
Tremendous save, though.
Grace Shaughnessy had an opportunity on a really good two-player game. It's going to be turned over on the battle for the loose ball after the rebound.
And you're seeing right now why Ashley Price has not lost a game in 2025. She is so solid between the pipes for Arthur.
There's a save by Emily Van Dam, who's matching Price and then some so far in this game. Here comes DeGiorgio. Kept looking for a pass. Was none to make. They're going to say, just go ahead up and be part of the penalty kill for a bit. And now they'll make a change. This comes back to Abby Hiltz. She scored a beautiful bouncer earlier. Oh, we're back to full strength. Nice chance from Maloney looking for her hat trick, but Price turns it aside. Hostrauser's going to sprint up the middle. Coughlin fights through, gets a shot off, but that one's stopped again by Van Dam. And again, not just the saves, but the rebound control. Victoria Clark makes the pass ahead. Too many players called as Peterborough are having a little trouble with the change, so it's going to be a possession call. And now so it's a delay of game called Alexi Kinmond.
Yeah, I think she got frustrated at the too many men call and threw the ball away. And this could be a critical turning point as the Aces take a timeout. It's really interesting. These two centers, it's going to be interesting to see the future of these two teams. Peterborough has one of the best U22 teams in the province. They were silver medalists at the recent lacrosse festival. Arthur didn't have a U22 team for the first time in years, and they have been so good in Major Series for so long. It'll be interesting to see how they can adjust to a shrinking pipeline, whereas a team like Peterborough has almost got a flood of great players coming up over the next few years.
Yeah, and again, this is just Peterborough's second year back in the league. They did play back in the day. I actually helped coach the Peterborough Senior Women's Lakers for a while, and we didn't really have much of a pipeline. We had it was intermediate, but now it's called U22, and there just wasn't a lot of flow from one team to the other, and they've really got that going now. The whole minor system is coming up, and they see this as a place to play and a real option, and Peterborough folks are thrilled to be getting to play for this team. So yeah, I think their future, their present's quite bright.
Yeah,
I mean, they're in the semifinals leading with a chance to get to the championship game, but the future really looks good.
Yeah, like they are great now, and they're going to be great for years to come.
Their immediate future involves killing a penalty. And the officials just got together and discussed it. And there will be a fresh reset, so 30 seconds for Arthur to work with on this power play. We're in the final minute and a half. Top to Abby Clayton, who shot scores, sneaks it through, shoves a Peterborough player out of the way so she can go celebrate with her teammates. And
it's simple game, Stamper. You move the ball around, you get the opportunity, you make the shot. And it's in the back of the net. Absolutely huge goal. Power plays have been the story of this game.
And again, when you look at this, it's just the defense is coming, but a pretty solid pick there by Tori Verbeek, number 8, that we talked about how important she is to this club. And she opens it up, getting on Taya Keast.
Very well coached and disciplined Arthur squad, and you could see it in the execution of that power play.
1-goal game, another extended face-off battle. Boy, Maddie Maloney and Aaron Rooney just getting tied up over
Look at this.
Almost ties it. They get it back. Coughlin tracking that one down.
It's interesting. Both periods, the Aces have started slow and then come on hard in the final 5 minutes.
Awesome communication from Verbeek. Leads to her goal.
What a beauty. That's probably the best goal we've seen today. You highlighted Verbeek at the start of this broadcast, Stephen, and she has lived up to the hype that you gave her. What a goal.
Yeah, that step, the planting the foot and driving to the left, just unbelievable play by Tori Verbeek. And we have ourselves a 3-3 game, which is spectacular. We had ties after the first and second period in the previous game. Now we have a tie here after the second period in this one. We're going to go to a break where we will thank Uncommon Fit once again for making it possible for us to be bringing you these games, and we'll be back with the third period in a couple of minutes. Welcome back, lacrosse friends. We have a 3-3 game, and we have 15 minutes of playing time to decide who will meet the Mimico Mountaineers in the championship of Women's Major Series Lacrosse this year.
Crowd getting loud here at the PMC.
We are ready to roll. Rooney up against Jocelyn LeMay. Maddie Maloney's been taking a ton of those draws for Peterborough, but LeMay is out there now. Heavy forecheck pressure from Maloney, turns it over. Can't quite come up with the ball, though, but it is Peroni grabbing that, and Peterborough's going to have the first possession here in the third.
What
and
effort
15
from
minutes
Maloney,
of running
though.
time, 3 minutes of stop time at the end. But yeah, you're right. The Maloney effort.
And she's got the ball in her stick.
Almost the hat trick for her. Now Coughlin going the other way, but Peterborough hustles back, Jocelyn LeMay in particular, in the transition defense. Love that play with 1 or 2 players heading back with her while the rest race to the bench to get the defenders out so they are ready to go. That hard rip from Tremblay.
Van Dam had to make an effort to get that save.
Sorry, that wasn't Tremblay 77. That was 11 for Arthur. I actually don't have 11 on my sheet. I messed up a little bit on my roster, I think. I don't know if you've got that on the score sheet you've got up in front of you. There's a chance here for Peterborough. Maddie Maloney driving, shoots another save. He gets through, rolls out.
Delaney Keene.
There, oh my goodness, Delaney Keene. Okay, of course, I know
Yeah, how
Delaney.
could you forget Delaney?
Yeah. Okay. Here is Kinmond up top. 15 left on the shot clock.
I believe Keene played for Team Netherlands.
He
at the
did. I was
Worlds.
just going to say, wore the orange.
She
A
was,
key contributor for them.
yeah, she was a really exciting player to watch at the Worlds.
She is fun to watch. I just put the rosters together, but I had to wait until the end of the day yesterday to know who was playing whom. So I put my rosters together, and I missed a couple players in Whitby and a couple of the Arthur players. So my apologies for that. Sorry, Delaney, for missing you there. Oh, great block on that shot. Mac Webb just stuck her stick out and swatted that down. She was wearing her knee brace today. I was at the league day a couple years ago in Brampton when she blew her knee out. Or broke her leg. It was really a really tough play for her. But she has fought back and is really looking good once again. Showing the resilience and the drive to get out and play this game.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
You could see that play materialize. And boy, did she ever finish.
Let's take another peek at it.
Jocelyn LeMay. Look at the movement. Oh. There's your highlight reel. Cool.
Yeah. And a bit of an odd one for the, Arthur, again, we've seen such good defensive play throughout the tournament, especially from these top 4 teams. And that was a big, wide opening. That's Peterborough really spreading their offense out to create that isolation for her.
Yeah, that
And,
didn't happen by accident.
Yeah. That pass knocked down by DeGiorgio. Boy, she's had a strong game. Peterborough into the offensive zone. East will leave it there. Hiltz backpedaling, gets it up to Maloney. That one gets away from Kinmond.
Weird bounce, too, that confused Price a bit, I think.
Luckily for her, it went to the backside of the netting. Arthur will look to match Peterborough's goal to open this period. Driving to the net, but supplemental help will slow down Lauren Young.
And with Peterborough unable to get that loose ball, Arthur thought they'd get a late chance there, but kind of just threw it in.
That was Abby Clayton actually driving to the net, and then she was working hard to get back out. Wanted the ball back, but they just ran out of time. And here comes Maloney with Frost all over her. Fights through it, and LeMay will hand it off. Nicole Peroni comes near side, back to Maloney. Frost picking her up. Lakers down to 9 on the shot clock. They try and feed it through to Kinmond. And Kinmond's arguing for holding the stick with some evidence.
Oh,
on her side.
wow.
Great trail check, though, there. Peroni and LeMay both racing back.
Easy call there. But boy, that back check from the Lakers, you'd love to see that.
Yeah.
These are 2 teams that desperately want to get to the finals. Look at this.
Wide open look for Susan Noble, but Van Dam square to the shot. Now Peroni is knocked down. Great work by Noble to play it with her foot and gets possession back as it is scooped up there by Amanda Bernardo. Two-player game being well defended by the Lakers. Here comes near side. Rooney's shot is actually head-butted away. That didn't just hit Emily Van Dam in the head. She used her forehead.
That was deliberate.
Yeah.
I coach a goalie who likes to use her head a lot in that position, and it gets the job done.
Nice play by Keast to just tap the ball along there. Now, yeah, I was going to say the shot clock was reset. Should not have been. Good communication there by Grant Spees to say there was no reset because Peterborough was mucking, starting with Keast and then her teammates for about the last 7 seconds. Did a good job of it, and we're worried that they were going to actually give up possession, but that was just an inadvertent reset. Sidearm shot and a huge hit from Hostrauser. Looking a little bit like her big brother, Billy. But here's a break for Verbeek. We know how dangerous she is. Big save, Van Dam. Throws the shoulder up and denies Verbeek.
Van Dam's pumped after that one. She knows that was a huge save for the Lakers.
Wow, and if you're Arthur, you can't ask for a whole lot more than having Tori Verbeek get that break. But Van Dam rises to the occasion. Kinmon had to make sure she still had that one after a little fake. She did and hands it to Maloney, now setting picks. More picks. A sea of screens from the white, blue, and green of Peterborough.
What a goaltending duo between Price and Van Dam, though.
And we've actually seen in the two games great goalies, but relatively high-scoring games for these, for these quick games. But they've had to work
Another
hard.
nice save from Van Dam.
Van Dam catches that ball with her hand, and was it her yesterday that the last shot of the game bounced up? It was a one goal, and she just grabbed it with her hand and just tossed it aside. I thought it was delicious contempt. She just dropped that ball and said, "No, we got this." Here's Maloney, ripped one. Maddie Maloney, what a finish!
And what a game that young woman has had.
Peterborough forges a lead again. And here's how.
Maloney's been so strong all night, just comes in and barrels through with a cracker of a shot.
LeMay out to take the draw against Rooney. Oh no, actually it's going to be Megan Quinlan as LeMay kept heading across. Maddie Maloney, a well-deserved break from her face-off duties. After that goal to put Peterborough back in front. We're past the midway point of this third period. Arthur immediately looking to get it back, and Rooney gets a lane, fires to the far side. It is a high sticking penalty and probably a good call, as Rooney fought through and really forced that defensive pressure to get a little high, and Victoria Clark is going to go to the box.
Power play has been excellent for both of these squads, but there's going to be significant pressure on the Aces here. They know the clock is working against them.
Victoria Clark, who also serves as assistant commissioner for WMSL, doing a ton of work all over the league this season. And now she is hoping her teammates can kill this 2 minutes. Clayton at the top, hands it off. Don't know that Taylor Collins got the shot she was looking for. She had to kind of reach back to make sure she had the pass. Sets a big pick for Clayton, but that one goes wide. Then swats at it. That's Taylor Collins. Hard work, but it's going to be a reset after the 30 expires, and Peterborough is going to get the ball. DiGiorgio, of course, takes it. She's been excellent in transition for Peterborough.
Look at this, Steven.
Almost got picked off by Rooney as DiGiorgio got a little bit panicky.
Maloney just tosses it down, lets the Peterborough penalty killers catch their breath.
Not too bad. Can you get over and see how much is left in the penalty?
Just under a minute, 57 seconds to go.
The chance, Maloney off
again.
the bench. That's not a penalty.
Roger Nurse was in good position to make that call, or not make the call, as the case would be.
I thought we might see one on that one. I thought Maddie Maloney did a great job of protecting her stick, getting her back into the defender, but the defender just playing it tough. And Arthur's back to their power play set. Backpedaling is Susan Noble. She's going to rip one that Van Dam stopped. Van Dam's been seeing the ball very well today. That was just positioning. There's no way she saw that.
There was a lot of traffic in front of Van Dam.
That one's blocked out front by Elise Young. Yeah, we're right behind in line with Susan Noble, and we couldn't even see Van Dam. That shot does get through, and Van Dam saw that one and corrals it. We'll make this outlet pass to DeGiorgio. Flings it ahead to Kinmont. That time she definitely had Kinmont available. Wasn't just flinging it with a hope and a prayer. Back to even strength. Kinmont looking for insurance, but a big save.
Wicked shot.
Hard shot. Not where she was looking, though, right? Right in the ace of the aces.
No, you could see in her reaction that it wasn't where she wanted it to go, but man, that had velocity.
Final 4 minutes. Arthur, not in desperation mode at this point. They've got time, and they've got a shot from Haley Price on the run that Van Dam had to be alert for.
Arthur's not going to get desperate, but they are going to start to get frustrated with the big saves that Van Dam is making. You get to a point where you say, what can we do to get through this wall?
Here comes Maloney. She's had the answer today, but she'll pass it down. Great stop by Price as Jocelyn LeMay was wide open on the crease. Maloney will start with it off on her offside, flings it back over to Hiltz, and then slowly makes her way over. Peterborough taking a very patient, methodical approach on this reset. Now they're starting to drive a bit more to the net. Abby Hiltz.
Nice
sidearm shot. Nice foot save, Ashley Price. Peterborough gets it back.
Maloney again. She has been so good for the Lakers.
Yeah. And I would think, as I mentioned, they are doing player of the game post-game. I would think Maddie Maloney would be a strong candidate for Peterborough, but it's not just the 3 goals.
No, she's been so good on the draws, good on loose balls, but you got to give some thought to Emily Van Dam, though. Critical saves at critical times.
Yes.
And
standard for calling a penalty seems to have risen a bit. I know that wasn't an intentional trip there, but boy, you're responsible for your stick, and I really felt like she did trip her up, but it's late in the game. They don't want to put people in the box unnecessarily.
2 minutes to go in a critical game between two of the best teams on the planet. You let them play.
Aaron Rooney gets a shot off Van Dam. Had to make a save. It looked like it might be going wide, but it did get off the hand of Van Dam. And we are reset after scooping up was, of course, Verbeek.
Oh.
And there's the goal from Aaron Rooney. The second chance coming from the loose ball from Verbeek, and Arthur ties it up.
And there's an interesting play here. The shot looked like it might be going wide. It hits Van Dam's glove, and that's what actually knocks it in. So tricky shot to stop.
Yeah, I'm just running it again just because first of all, I love the loose ball and then the pick.
Oh, the loose ball is a beauty.
I don't know, Jim. I think that was labeled for the corner and just grazed off the glove. I don't know. It looked pretty good. Here's Verbeek again. Another pass.
Beautiful pass.
Big save. Gorgeous opportunity for Coghlan. We remain tied at 5. Peterborough gets this ball. It's a good outlet pass.
Oh.
Big collision. The ball pops there, and it's Peroni. She's going to shoot.
What a shot, but what a save.
Gets the loose ball.
Something behind the play. It looks like maybe it was an interference by Peterborough.
Yeah, we were both watching as Peroni ran down the floor, and now Arthur's going to take their time out with 1:18 to go in this 5-5 game.
Someone as experienced as a legendary Reg Hollinshead behind the Arthur bench. He's got to play, and it's just a matter of whether they can execute. Arthur has been in these critical games so many times over the years, Stamper. They're not going to feel pressured. They're not going to panic. They're just going to execute. The question is, can they execute to a degree to beat Van Dam, because goals have been hard to come against the Peterborough keeper.
And Jim, we're just having a little debate. It's 5-5, right?
It's 5-5.
The scoreboard's saying 5-4. I don't think they put up that last Arthur goal. I mean, now they're looking up at the scoreboard. Are we imagining that Arthur scored twice to...
Yeah, game sheet is showing 5-4, Stamper.
For Peterborough.
For Peterborough.
Okay. Okay, let's, I guess, Carrie McMaster, my lovely and talented wife, had it right.
Rooney's goal did count, but that's it has to be one from earlier, because we're only showing Rooney's goal this period for the Aces.
I don't know. Maybe we're just imagining things. Okay, so that means it's still 1-goal lead for the Lakers. Sorry, folks, for leading you astray. Oh, what a spin by Rooney, saved by Van Dam. That was a gorgeous move, Erin Rooney. What a game she is having.
And Stamper, in your defense, we can't see the scoreboard from our booth here.
Yeah.
So.
Oh.
Wow, I think that's a missed call.
Yeah, how's that not a penalty? That's checking in the crease.
I'm going to let them play type of guy, but you got to call that.
Ashley Price is going to the bench. The shot comes before she even gets there for the extra attacker, but Arthur gets it back. Rooney will hit the last player off the bench.
What a save by Van Dam.
My goodness. That's a game saver. We've got 19 seconds left.
Timeout, Peterborough.
19 seconds left on the clock. And the Lakers will take a timeout.
Van Dam has been the definition of clutch today, and that was as important of a save as we've seen in this tournament.
Wow, that was huge. So Peterborough hanging on.
And they just have to keep possession here. All they have to do is run out the clock, and they will have the opportunity to play for the WMSL Championship in their home barn with some of the best fans in lacrosse. It's a bit of a Cinderella story, and they are 19.5 seconds away from that.
And again, just remember this: the clock on our scoreboard we're running that. It's not the official game clock. We aren't able to get a shot of that, so we'll be as close as we can. But don't assume that if you see that one run out, or if you see something that is the official clock. We're going to be as close as we can.
So Price is coming up.
Price she was out on the floor. I was surprised. I didn't see a point in having her in the net. Who cares if you give up a goal? This is what you got to do. Send 3 players to go and pressure. For Beek, Keene, and Hodson. And Nicole Peroni. Oh, what a jump. Peroni gets away. Changes direction again.
Under 10 now.
Nicole Peroni, now she'll fling it the length of the floor. Maddie Maloney, a token effort to catch it. Doesn't seize the time, though, is running out. And the Peterborough Lakers, in their second season, hosting the Provincials, will play in the championship game.
Remarkable team effort, but you've got to give huge credit to Maddie Maloney and Emily Van Dam, absolute leaders on the floor who have carried their team to the big dance.
So that game will be at 3:45. The championship game, it'll be right here on Stamp Black's YouTube. It is a new event. I did keep the 2 semis together because I didn't know if there'd be time in between. But we're going to wrap this one up, and we'll be back with the B final. It is 1:44 right now, and that game is at 2 o'clock. So we'll have it'll be a 15-minute break, and we'll be back here on Stamp Black's YouTube. Thank you so much, lacrosse friends, for being with us. This has been fantastic lacrosse. There's plenty more to come. I'm Stephen Stanford, Jim Lowe, and everybody here at the WMSL Provincials. Thank you so much, and we will see you shortly.